Now we're going to do it again.
Who's going to do it? Who's going to start us off? You guys just going to stare at the camera. Welcome to the Positive Seed Podcast.
With your host, SB.
And I'm your girl, Bridgett LaRé.
All right, y'all. So this is what just happened. We try to alternate who's going to say, introduce us first. And
No,
Bridgett,
you try to alternate. I tell you to do it every time.
I try to alternate who's going to do it first because I feel like that's just half and half,
But certain things don't have to be half and half. Okay.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Because I agree with Solomon, the one who did the introduction. I don't know who he was trying to sound like, me or SB.
Hello, ladies.
Right. I guess both of us combined. But Bridgett was like, I guess both of us just going to look at the camera. So that's what you guys caught when we were just looking at the camera when we began. How are you doing, Bridgett?
I'm good.
That's
I'm
good.
well. So, just to piggyback off of what we were saying.
Yeah.
So Solomon did say, like, oh, SB, when I start, your energy is a little lower. Because I'm like, well, how you doing, SB? And you be like, well, shit, girl.
I do.
You do.
I do.
Yeah, so I always want you to start so you can bring the energy.
Okay,
up.
you're right. You're right. Okay, I digress.
Yes.
I digress.
Okay.
Okay, so today, guys, we are talking about applying. What are we applying you as? Well, we're applying things that we've learned in life, or sometimes we're not applying things. We basically want to talk about what are some of the things or some of the ideas or ideologies you've learned or tools you've gathered that you know about, but you still aren't applying them.
Girl, how long is this podcast?
30, 35, 40 maybe.
35, 45 hours.
Right.
Okay, so we were talking the other day and I said I don't like that quote, when you know better, you do better.
Yeah, you did say that.
I can't stand that quote because it's a lie.
It is a lie.
And the truth ain't in it. It ain't.
It's not. Think about how many times your parents say, do as you're told, not as what you see. Or something
do as
like
I say, not as I do.
Yeah, and they know what they're doing isn't, on par, but they still continue to do it.
They can still do it, exactly.
Right.
So when you know better, you don't do better. Like,
not always.
So I think about for you all know I'm always in somebody's seminar, always at some conference.
Stay at a training.
Always reading some book.
Stay at a training.
And stay at a training, something. Mentorship. I always got a coach. A mentor.
Give me a high five.
Church.
Because, because I'm telling Bridgett, she needs to start applying all the information. She's ready to spread her wings. Yeah. I mean, she's spreading her wings, don't get me wrong.
Not
but
necessarily.
You do little things like your, like what we did at the beginning of the year. You have your things that you do. You're writing your book.
Meditation challenge.
Right. Yeah. You're probably not spreading your wings at the capacity of that you can spread it.
Exactly. You better preach.
But you're spreading your wings. Don't clip your wings by saying you're not.
Yeah, I know.
But I commend you.
I don't feel like I'm doing shit, y'all. Like, just because I know, like you said, the capacity that I know I can be doing things.
Yeah.
I really do feel like I am operating. I'm going to give myself grace and even say 15% out of the 100% that I could be given.
We're so hard on ourselves.
I am so hard on myself, but it's true.
Bridgett, you're finished, but also you have to take into accountability that you are moving, even though you might not be moving like you should. Remember, we can't should on ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though you're not moving. Yeah.
Come on, girl.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
I'm feeding your words back to you.
Do it. Be my mirror.
Even though, this is where you are, and you're still making steps to get to where you're going. You're finishing your book. Round of applause for that. Your third book, she's finishing that. You're doing your training, so you're moving in the right direction. Just keep moving and use the tools that you've gained and just start applying them.
Yeah, man. Okay.
More.
You're definitely correct there. Yes. And I didn't applaud with you when you gave me the applause for finishing the book because one of the things I notice that I operate on and get a high from, a sense of dopamine, is talking. I talk too damn much.
You a talker.
I talk to, not only just talking, I would just tell people my plans. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm working on. And then I get a sense of satisfaction that I get from people just like, oh, girl, okay, girl, I see you. You know what I mean? So I get a sense of pleasure and satisfaction from, just talking about it. And so therefore, the completion
You gotta follow up.
The completion is nothing to me because I already done got the praise for saying I'm gonna do it.
You said the completion is nothing to you?
I got a lot of unfinished projects that I've started and have not completed because I've already gotten a praise for completing it because it's like, oh, girl, you doing that?
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like just a lot of different projects for me talking about it and sharing the things that I do. So that's one of the things, that's one of the reasons why I had not applied a lot of things that I've learned is because for one, I've been known, I know I can be hard on myself, but it's just the truth.
Yeah.
I just been known for, being a planner. I got so many lists, so many to-do lists. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna get that done. And I've just been in a perpetual state of planning and learning and getting ready.
Oh my God, Bridgett.
I just been getting ready for so long. And it's like, I hadn't had a vision of what ready even looks like because I've been on a path of getting ready. Like getting ready has been my journey. And
well, they say you gotta stay ready.
I don't want to hear no cliches no more in life.
I like that one though. How does it go?
When you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
That's true
though. I hadn't been staying ready. That's one of the cliches I've always said.
Have you not though? Maybe you have, because I'm going back to your training. You ready? You're ready, and I feel like when the opportunity comes or whatever, you have trained and you're doing the work, but you've done the work.
Yeah.
So
you're right.
It applies sometimes, but you can't live in it.
Yeah.
You can't live in that. You got to actually maybe initiate some things.
Yeah.
That's what my issue is. Like, I have a hard time if it's somebody else that, and I think we probably touched on in this. If it's somebody else that's doing something, like for example, my costume design, like I felt like I need to be in school because that helps propel me. Like I need some type of authority. Or if someone has a project, hey, I need a costume designer, I'm in it. Like I'm dedicated. I'm staying up all night. I'm getting it
for
done.
Somebody else.
For somebody else, but not myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm not applying. It's so many tools that I've learned and I gained. I've read so many self-help books, so much astrology and all this other stuff that I'm applying some of it now because I had to look up at myself and say, well, shoot, like, what is the point of all this meditating, and you're not applying it? Get up and put one foot in front of the other and do it.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to do it. I'm literally putting one foot in front of the other, but it's getting done. At least I'm moving.
Yeah.
At least I'm moving.
Yeah. And I can definitely relate to being that person to step up and like help other people with their projects. Oh my God.
And be so dedicated.
And true and just loyal and up at the crack of dawn. It's like, what do you need? I got you. But see, I understand that the foundation of that stems from low self-esteem, low self-worth. It's
and
like
wanting to be needed.
And believing in this person way more than you believe in yourself. So it's like my prayer for the both of us is like, Lord, help our unbelief. Like,
please
help me to believe in myself like I believe in others.
For real.
Because then we got people that believe in us like we don't even believe in ourselves. I think of my mentors and the people that God has blessed me to be in my life that, just speaks life into me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, like, I want to see myself how you see me. Matter of fact, I want to see myself how God sees me. Because he didn't give us these desires for nothing. God would never put something on your heart that he haven't already given you equipped you to do. You know what I mean?
I get everything that you're saying. I felt that. I definitely felt that. I feel like, wait, repeat what you just said.
Girl, what part? You know I just be talking. I told you I talk too much.
Because it's like I felt it and I wanted to get back at it.
So I was saying God would never put something on your heart for you to go after if he hadn't already equipped you with what it takes to succeed at it. So we already have it, but it's just like our unbelief. I'll speak for myself. It's been my unbelief that has been keeping me from progressing, from excelling. It's like I'll believe in so many other people before I believe in myself.
Yeah.
I'll believe in your project before I believe in myself.
Yeah.
Like I will direct the heck out of your project because it's your vision. And on top of that, I would believe in somebody else's and go hard for their project, because if it goes wrong, the blame lies on them. So that's been me living in, the blame, shame, embarrassment type of conversation as well.
Man, I had a one of my friends that used to live here in LA, and she was trying to become a actress and just trying to do her things also in fashion.
Hmm.
And I was like helping her out to the point that my dreams became so mixed up with hers that I had to take a step back, because I'm like, even though we have like very similar dreams, I'm helping you out more than I'm helping myself out. And not even, I would volunteer to do these things. You know what I'm saying? But I had to take a step back. Was like, wait a minute, my dreams are not your dreams. Let me take a step back and gather myself. I didn't have the self-esteem. Like, we would take pictures together and I'm in the background. I got my head down, and, it's weird when you look back at yourself, and you have to have, going back to provision, because I look back at all of that, and I look back at it too as preparation. Like, it got me to the point now where I'm so much more confident, and I'm confident in what I want to do. And I don't have to necessarily, even though I am more apt to do somebody else's project before mine,
Hmm.
I'm getting to the point where it's like, okay, let me pull back this energy and really pull it into myself and
Yeah.
get this initiation going on.
Mm.
So, yeah, application is important.
Yeah.
Application, but everything is a process, right?
Yeah. And too, like, just look at, so this is what I've been telling myself to
Yeah.
keep myself going, because I definitely relate to that, doing everything for everybody else. So I'm like, okay, so me not being the very best that I can be, or going after my dreams and believing in myself, who am I hurting in the process? Who is
You.
not benefiting from the skills and the talent that I have? Like, who has
That
God
part.
placed on me so that they dreams and their future can be seen? You know what I mean? Like, who am I responsible to?
No, because you are so right. We are put here to share our
Right.
gifts with the world.
Yeah.
So when you don't live up to your full potential,
Yep.
you might be you're
Holding others
taking
back.
away, right? You might be taken away from somebody else, taken away from helping somebody else, because
Yeah.
we're here to exchange. It's a give and exchange. It's a give and exchange of energy, regardless if you know that or
Like,
not.
it ain't about you.
It's not
about
you. It's not about
Yeah.
you. Like, that is so real.
It's
That is
so
so real.
real.
And that helps me. Because
Mhm.
it's like you're feeding off other people's energy and other people's gifts. People want to feed off of your gifts.
Exactly, but they can if you just sitting around not believing in yourself. Just, oh, woe is me. I'm such the victim. Nobody knows what I've been going through. Remember we had that victim moment together?
When?
So
Probably, I feel like it's been a few of them.
So it was like we were talking about, the things of the past.
Yes.
The wake.
No wait.
Living in the wake.
Living in the wait.
The trail that the boat leaves behind, and not operating from the energy that the engine of the boat propels us forward, not operating from that. But we were talking about how people in our life didn't understand why we the way we are. Like, they just don't understand. Like, it takes us a while to get it. Like I can't stand when people tell me. Remember we had that conversation? I can't stand when people tell me, like, girl, just do it, just get over it.
Yeah.
And then I remember having a moment like, wait a minute, we are fighting so hard for our limitations right now.
Yeah.
When I say SB, we are fighting so hard for our limitations. Like, they just don't get it. I'm like, no. Like, what if it is that easy to just snap out of it?
Snap me out.
Snap out of it.
Snap me out. I'm snapping, but I want to be like the hypnotist snap
Wake
out of it.
up.
Yeah.
Wake up. And so I really do feel like I haven't been applying a lot of the things that I've been learning, like in the trainings and the coaching and even speaking. Like, I'm a freaking phenomenal speaker. Why the am I not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I apply myself, when I actually do speak, go to contests, every time I go to a contest, I'm winning. Like, I literally went to speak last week. Won best speaker. I'm like, why am I holding myself back? Right?
Fear of success?
So I would like to say yes to that. And it's been the questions that I've been asking myself. Like in the split of a moment, we gotta think every day. We're answering a question, like moment by moment. We're answering questions that we're asking ourselves. I've been reading
Right.
this book about questions, and I'm
What's the
like,
name of it?
it's called "Change Your Questions, Change Your Life,"
Okay.
and by Mary Lee Adams, I believe.
Okay.
But and it's a phenomenal book. And I've been changing the questions that I ask myself, instead of, man, why do I keep spiraling? Why do I keep eating all this food? Like, why am I why? And just beat myself down with the questions instead of asking myself empowering questions. Like, what can I do right now
Solutions.
instead of eating this food? So I like that we're talking about
Solutions.
application, because as I'm reading this book, I'm actually applying the things that I'm learning in this book.
So I need to purchase this book tonight off of Amazon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
purchase it. I'm telling you to change your life. It's one of the required readings in this other coaching program that I'm signed up for. It start at the end of the month, and I wanted to share that book with y'all because like it's been phenomenal to me. Like I told you, like 3 days in a row, I've been up on that Peloton doing my boot camp workout, and it's just like I'm waking up and I'm not asking myself these questions that are putting me in a slump.
Right.
I'm asking myself questions that's going to get me into action
Yes.
and give me the results that I want. Because when you change your questions, you change your results.
You ain't lying about that. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna get that book. Hold me accountable. I'm gonna order
Okay.
it tonight off of Amazon. I
Yeah.
told you I just ordered my emotional intelligence book. So
Which one is that?
I forgot the author because I have to pick it up from my Amazon locker. But for me, just to kind of like segue just, a little bit, I guess I'm trying to, as far as applying in my life, I'm trying to apply not taking things personal. I'm a double Cancer, y'all, and I'm a Gemini sun. That Gemini sun saves me. That Gemini sun says, "Hey, Cancer, wait a minute. Let's be right. Just think about it here before you go forward." Because I'm an emotional person. People don't think that sometimes because I seen, but I am. So as far as like just making better decisions, I just want to understand, I have pretty good emotional intelligence, but I want a better understanding about emotional intelligence so I can just go out here and eat it. Because I told you about my fear of, being on camera, a fear I did have about being on camera and being the center of the spotlight and just fear. I think that book can really help me with that.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
changing your questions, changing your outlook on things.
Oh, what's that, Solomon?
Oh, this is it. Mary Lee Adams. Oh, look at me getting the information correct.
Oh, yay.
That's because I've been applying this information.
There we
man.
go. Yes. So I'll be getting that paperback tonight and find an emotional intelligence one too, Solomon.
Yeah.
That's an important book.
Thank you for that.
We all need to have some emotional intelligence.
Yeah. So yeah, I think about all the books that I've read, all the conferences that I've been to, and the notes that I've taken. I'm like an immaculate note taker.
Okay.
I literally type over 100 words a minute. So I will be there with my computer, and people like,
look at you.
They like, can you give me your notes afterwards? I'm like, yeah.
You would have been the perfect receptionist in the 80s. I could see you now.
I
can see you now.
But yeah, it's just applying this knowledge and information has really opened up my eyes to like, oh, what would life look like if I apply the information, when I apply all the other information that I have? You know what I mean? So I've just been on this journey right now in life that it's just been beautiful. And I've just been working on getting my prayer life together, getting back into the Bible. Because I told you when I would smoke marijuana, I would get further and further away from God. So that for me, I know it ain't for everybody. So some people could smoke and they don't feel any conviction around it. But for me, I just felt a lot of conviction. So I just got further and further away from God. And I'm like, man, I know God didn't save me so that I can just become the same person that I was. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
So it's time to like really step into my destiny.
I need to go back home and dust my Bible off.
Dust it off, girl.
That's my Bible off. I do, because the stories are very, I think I could respect it more.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not saying I didn't respect it back then, because, experience is everything. So I have more of a better perspective on life. So
Mm-hmm.
just to go back in the Bible and read some of those stories and understand the lessons from it, I think, I think I'm gonna give the Bible a read. Gonna crack
Yeah.
that baby open.
Yeah, there's some really good stories in the Bible.
It is. It
Really
really
good. Yeah.
is. It really
And it just really do
is.
show how yes, faith without works is dead. And
Because God knows I didn't try to have faith and will it without doing anything. Like, come on, God. Like,
Yeah.
and no,
Yeah.
you got to do.
Right. So I think that's where I was at with just gaining knowledge information. It's like, okay, I got it in me.
Right.
So it's gonna come to me.
It's gonna manifest itself and,
I know.
make me walk.
Like, so I realized, like, okay, you gotta stay in the work. Like, as far as going to all these conferences and taking notes, I would never go back to the notes. I was just like, I wrote it, I was there, and it's in me.
Practice.
Like, no, go over your notes, read through it. And the best way to learn is to teach. So share with others. And I would just be keeping all the knowledge and stuff to myself until I like get into a coaching session and try to coach somebody on something. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, how does that go? I'm probably giving out, just jarbled information,
Right.
because I haven't been in the work. So it's just about applying the knowledge that you have, because man, they say knowledge is power, but that's not true either. It's the application of the knowledge is what's powerful.
It's powerful, but they leave it. It's another portion to that statement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, okay, knowledge is power, but if you sitting there with all the knowledge and you just sitting there just with all the knowledge and you're not giving off, letting other people benefit from it, then what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point?
So what are you applying now, or what is your application story?
So I feel like currently that I am applying, I can relate to you regarding, even though I know I'm still slim, okay? I get it. But I got some areas I want to work on, okay? And I get defensive about that, because I feel like I know what people are thinking.
I see. I didn't even say nothing. I'm like, well, okay, she defended something I didn't even speak on.
I just got PTSD from all these years of trying to tell you about my weight.
People saying, well, you ain't fat, girl. You don't need to lose no weight. I mean, it ain't about what people think. It's about you, how you think, how you feel about yourself.
Exactly.
Because there's some people that are, plus size who are A-okay with that. They don't have any reservations about it.
Right.
So, it's about you and how you feel.
But, I would look and I'm like, man, okay, like, I thought I was skinny before. I was skinny before. And I think about my shape and how I thought I was just super skinny. I look back at pictures. I was like, there was nothing wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I got a few extra pounds. I'm trying to work on my stomach. And I would sit there and just be like, oh my God, like, what am I going to do? I would work out once a week. That's not going to do anything. I'm still eating like crap. That's not going to do anything. And then I was, looking at ways to get the pounds off, but I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. But one day I was just like, okay, Shara, you got to move more. You got to do it, because it's about to be summer and we're getting older. It's about to be summer. We're getting older. I don't want to be old and decrepit and I'm tall. So like the bone structure, I got to get my back, torso, everything needs to be together, because I want to be vibrant and being able to move.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened, but it's just started clicking, and I've been working out like consistently. I will say the day I worked out, I ran, and I never run like in a row. I jogged maybe 3 days in a row, and then I did yoga, and this is probably the first day that I haven't like done anything. So I'm gonna try to keep it up.
Good for you.
I'm gonna try to keep it going, because and I feel good.
Yeah, girl.
I feel good.
It feels good to like really to set your mind on something and see it through. You know what I mean? Instead of sitting around like, why am I not doing this? Why?
See, like, yeah, I agree with you. All right.
Yeah.
It goes back to also just, I'm getting in the rhythm of wanting to finish my goals. Like really wanting to see it to the end thus the podcast. But yeah, really, really trying to see it to like get to a good goal and just be consistent with it, just so I can see the energy I put into and see the fruit that is going to be reaped from that.
Right.
Like I'm getting into that space, which is a good space because I can apply that to the other areas in my life.
Yeah.
Like my, my IV therapy thing. I'm trying to do my IV therapy business possibly and the costume design stuff. So we'll see, man. We moving forward though. That's for darn sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only way to move.
It is the only way. I ain't trying to be
living in the
doing
wake.
a moonwalk all my life,
girl.
It's a nice move, but I don't want to do it.
No, I've just learned. I'm learning to just stay in action and just
stay in action. Yes.
For me, I need to just keep my mouth shut because if I start talking about what I'm gonna do, and I start getting, kudos for what I'm saying I'm gonna do, then I just might not do it. So this is my first time even telling people that I've been like consistently working out for the past week. Yes. And I hope I don't stop.
You're not gonna stop.
But I'm not. I'm
gonna check up on you because sometimes you need an accountability partner.
But you know what? I don't.
That don't work.
No, I just need to set my freaking mind at something and then continuously be at it every single day. Because that's what I've been thinking all these. I'm like, I need accountability. I would set up groups. Like, I got so many WhatsApp groups and things of that matter.
It didn't really help.
And yeah, like, hey, let's hold each other accountable. Or, just one-on-one. I know that works for some people, but the things I've been doing over the years have not been working for me.
Yeah, so you got to change it up then.
Yeah, because I've been looking for help outside of myself.
Accountability. Me and my friend Jerry during COVID, we decided to really start like working out together. And I think that's like, we were each other accountability partners. I think at that time we really did need that. But like you said, if you're trying like, hey, come on, I'm gonna have an accountability partner, and like time after time again, it's not working, then you got to get focused yourself. That probably isn't for you.
Well, I mean, it does work, but you have to set your mind. Your mind has to be set first. You got to set
your mind.
Yeah. Because it was like I was leaning on, attempting to lean on other people to set my mind for me. It's like, okay, look, this is what I want to do. I need you to help me do it. Instead of me saying, look, this is what I'm going to do. I'm committed. Commitment.
Yes.
I used to hate that word. I didn't want to commit to anything. And it's shown. And I'm just in a new space. I'm excited about my future. And I'm just feeling really good about, going forward because I really do feel like in reading this book and applying the things that I'm learning, and just going back and looking at all the conferences and the different notes and the things that I've learned over these years with a clear mind.
Yeah.
That I'm able to like see the future, like have a vision. I realized I didn't have a vision for anything. And even being here in California for 10 years now, I've been feeling like, man, I think I want to move. I've just been feeling like move on my spirit lately, right? But then I had an epiphany. God always giving me something when I need it.
She had epiphany.
So I feel like God has been telling me like to move. And I'm thinking like move geographically, right? But I'm like, no, God ain't telling you to move geographically. God is telling you to move. Like move on the knowledge and the information that you already have. Apply it. Move.
I don't like how that just made me shudder.
Say that again.
I don't like how that just made me shudder. Because I'm moving geographically. I'm moving both, but that just hit me.
So what part? What are you feeling in this moment?
Like maybe like moving just action, not necessarily geographically, which I'm doing both, but I'm really moving geographically.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see because I'm trying to be bi-coastal. So
yeah.
We'll see. But
well,
I like that.
If that's what you feel in your spirit.
I know I got to get away for sure, but I need to come back though because I see some things going in motion. So it's like, and I'm not going to give that up. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I like that. Come on.
Yeah. So I'm just like, man, it's time for me to move on things that I've been stagnant
Moving on
and
up.
just feeling like I needed to get ready for, or feeling like, oh, I'm not ready for this. I'm not there yet. Or like, but wait, but let me do this first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Guys, just like move, like you take the first step. And when I look back on the things that I have moved on, like with the Bridgett LaRé show, it was just like, oh, I just had an idea and then I just started doing it. I just moved on it. And when I
That's
started,
flow. That's called flow. A
flow.
natural flow.
Like literally
Woo.
when I started it, I started just doing it on the street. And then a friend was like, man, Bridgett LaRé, I see you doing your things. He just gave me a studio and I just started doing it in the studio. And then I would just, some stuff happened because, some hood stuff.
Yeah.
Like police came and, raided the spot.
Do.
And so I ended up going back on the streets, and then it started to blow up. But then I was in the spirit of self-sabotage. So I did self-sabotage that in such a way. But
We got a
I
very
do
similar
see
story.
God, whenever I begin to move, take one step, God literally takes 1,000. So I'm like, man, where did I get comfortable? Me asking myself these questions
Yeah.
that are empowering me. I'm looking back to see, where did I get comfortable and what steps can I take now to move, to get myself out of this comfort zone, because life actually begins at the end of your comfort zone. And I've just been comfortable for so many years. I've been comfortable in just learning. Like, girl, move.
Move.
What
Get
you
out
over there
the way.
filming? 'Cause you
Get
over there
out
like,
the way. That's what I'm thinking about.
"Oh."
Move. Get out the
Ludicrous.
way. Yeah.
Like, move,
it's
get out of your
true.
own
Get out
way.
of your own way. Move. Move.
Get out the way. So I'm feeling really good about the future and just getting out of my own way and, having the tools to snap myself out of spiraling.
Yeah, for real. Oh my God. You ain't lying. Like, and you learn what works for yourself. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
I'm learning what works for myself, going back to the emotional intelligence. Solomon, can you put that book up? You didn't do it. Thank
Oh,
you.
he did it.
Oh,
Is
thanks,
that
Sol.
Is this
That's
it?
it,
Is that
Daniel.
it?
Yeah, yes, that's
Ah.
it. Thank you, Solomon.
Yeah, good
But-
job, Solomon. Because it could have been 1,000 books on emotional intelligence,
Yeah,
but you
that
found
was
the right
it.
one.
Yeah, I think that's the original
Daniel
author.
Goleman
Mm-hmm.
and emotional intelligence.
But hey, you know what? I guess drew a blank. But yeah, it had whatever I was gonna say had something to do with emotional intelligence and
Mhm.
just moving forward with the emotional intelligence and just applying that.
Yeah.
That's been my thing. That's been a big obstacle, I guess, for me, just due to, the past and just getting rid of some of those things. I was talking about, okay, I got
You
it
got
now.
it?
I
You
got it
got it?
now.
Good.
Talking about just learning your tools and what works for you when you're spiraling. And when I'm spiraling emotionally, I have to go outside in nature. You know what I mean? At
Yeah.
first, I would resist that. I wasn't
Mhm.
applying that. It's like, okay, I'm either going to exercise, go take a walk. I need to be outside.
Yeah.
Or write it out. And I would know these things because I'm constantly, listening to podcasts
Right.
and suggesting to do these
Yeah.
things. And when I've done it maybe once or twice, it actually
It works,
helps.
yeah.
Right. But I'm fighting with that demon inside of me, that energy inside me, because it wants me to stay right there, still and stagnant.
Like, sit down.
Sit down.
You
And
got time.
you got time. And
Yeah.
just sit here and just be in it and wither away.
Yeah.
But once you start, I'm just like, no, let me why. They told me what to do and I did it and I actually know it worked. Keep doing it.
Keep doing it. Keep moving.
Right. So now when I get into my mode, I'm like, okay, let me get up and move. Let me go outside. As soon as the sun hit me or air, like, I love my neighborhood so much. It's just like an energy out there. So
Yeah.
as soon as I walk out, I feel better.
Yes.
Okay, let me go work it out. Let me go climb my little hill that I climb and just burn it out. And that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Or start writing. If you still feel like it's still on you,
Yeah.
start writing. Get it out in that way. And
Mhm.
that creates that mirror for myself. And it's like, okay, I can purge it away. Or sometimes I just got to sit there and cry.
You say it's cleansing.
And that helps me too
Yeah.
as I'm writing. And
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, whew, okay, I can go face the world.
Yeah, like, let's go.
Right. So
Yeah.
you have to figure out that your own process once you learn your tools. And of course, the most important
Yeah.
part, you got to apply those processes.
Yeah. Tony Robbins talks about that a lot, like just changing your state and how you can change your state in an instant by just literally maybe putting a smile on your face. That's literally changing your
Right.
state. And or just moving around, like get up and move, rock if you have to. Like do something, because when you're
Yes.
spiraling, that's the enemy wants you to just sit there and be stagnant and do nothing. And he'll tell you like, oh, you got time to go ahead and wallow in your pity.
Right.
Like that's one of his greatest tricks, just to convince us that we have time.
You ain't lying.
Time waits
about
for
that.
nobody.
Yeah. Tony Robinson, he's an OG.
Yeah, Tony Robbins.
Tony
Yeah.
Robbins. He's an OG.
Yeah.
But like even when you say just getting up and moving, like sometimes I have to just get up and start shaking or running
Yeah.
place, and
Yeah.
that helps. Or just like psych myself up. Like,
Yeah.
okay, you got this, and start clapping.
Yep.
And something about
Yes.
that energy and that
Yes.
vibration.
Bring the energy.
It gets you, it gets you pumped up.
Yep.
Like, okay, I can do it.
And another one is tapping, like just literally just
I can see
tapping
that.
to move, like get that blood to pumping and flowing.
Yeah.
And it's some facial taps that you can do. Like this is a good tapping point right here by your cheeks, and then on your eyebrows, and then your chin.
Yeah.
Just different areas on your face and on your body to tap to wake
it
yourself
wakes
up.
you up. Yeah, it
Yeah.
jolts you in a way.
Yeah.
It jolts you. Yeah, man. I'm glad we did talk about this.
Yeah, application. It's like, but just applying these things. I've been knowing a lot of stuff for a lot of years. So it's like, okay, you got this knowledge, you got this information. Now it's time to apply it, because we don't know who needs this stuff, all this knowledge and information that's
Right.
inside of us. Like,
Right.
it wasn't given to me just for me. Like, I wasn't put here on this earth just for me. Like, it's
Right.
somebody. And I have people, I've had people, plenty of times in my life just sharing with me how just me sharing my story has helped them, or
Right.
has like I remember in Africa, it was a beautiful young lady. She worked at a Shells, and I was talking to her. She had a son, and we was talking about her son, and she got a whole story, right? And I gave her my book, and in the book I signed it, and I wrote something,
Mm-hmm.
and she found me on Instagram to share with me how it helped her to
she
find her way back to
found you.
Jesus. And so she was like, I read that book like in a day, and it just really helped me so much
Oh,
to
I
see
love
that I wasn't
that.
alone, and that the feelings that I felt were valid.
You are a gift.
Thank you.
You are a gift.
Thank you.
I'm just saying, like, we gotta understand that we are the prize. We
Yeah.
all are, but we have to really, and it's not cocky, or shoot, I don't think it's cocky. I think it's confident, and people get the two confused.
Yeah.
I am a prize, and I'm gonna treat myself like such.
Period.
And and you should too,
Yeah.
because we all are feeding off of each other's gifts.
Mm-hmm. But we got to understand that for ourselves, man, because
Mhm.
the most important opinion we have is the opinion that we have about ourselves.
Straight like that, though.
It's straight like that, though.
Straight like that, though.
And I just realized a lot of the times when I would be in self-sabotage mode or not believing in myself, like the foundation, the root of it all was the opinion that I had about myself. Just like who I see myself as. I was
Yeah.
seeing myself as, oh, you just this poor black girl from the ghetto. What do you know? Like, nobody listening to you. You just playing. That was my main thing. I always felt like I was just playing. Like, but let me tell y'all something. A lot of the times what comes so easy to you, that's your gift. Because when I would be speaking and sharing things with people, I just felt like, what do you know? Like, what, you just playing. This come too easy for you.
It comes but that's the things that you gotta focus on.
You better strengthen. That's your strength.
Right. That's your strength.
That's your strength. Use
That's
it to your
strength.
advantage. Apply it.
There we go.
Application.
All
Yeah.
right.
So I'm glad we talked about this today.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm happy about that. Okay. Well, any last words?
Well, I just want to tell them, just think about the things like your strengths and the way in which, how are you applying your strengths? Like what knowledge and information that you have that's inside of you that you may have been holding on to. Maybe you feel like nobody cares. No, but they don't want to hear this. Or who am I? Who am I to share this? Like, no, somebody needs that. Somebody needs you to get out of your comfort zone so that they can live. You know what I mean? You never know what your gift is going to do into this world, how it's going to show up, and who is going to help in this world. So apply your gifts.
Amen and
Yeah.
amen. What
Amen.
Coach Bridgett said. So on that note, we are out of here. Subscribe, Pause and Proceed podcast on YouTube, IG, pause_proceed, and we're out.
All that.
Deuces.
Deuces.